Malayam Chun. You're watching English Primetime News. Let's first have a look at the headlines. Nagaland Chief Secretary J. Alam calls Rising People's Party's demand for abolishment of Principal Director School Education post as misplaced. RPP voiced the demand following poor show of government schools in the recently declared NBSC, HSLC and HSLC results. 7 Assam Rifles stationed at Gaspani seizes 68 kilograms of Ganja from an inbound truck from Manipur in Zupsa area and arrest a person. Though the driver of the truck manages to escape, but the handyman gets nabbed and currently in custody. Western Simi Totimi Hoho celebrates its Foundation Day at Simi Cultural Center in Vihok Village. MLA Azeto Jimomi, Power Department Advisor H. Tovihoto Ayami, Tourist Arts and Culture Advisor H. Kihovi and several other dignitaries take part in the program. Chena Old Takalomi Kakakulu conducts Felicitation Program for Viku L. Achumi for shining at UPSC examination at Kohima's Muluki Mirhulitsa colony. Achumi is the first person from Chena Old Village who successfully cracked the UPSC exam, securing All India rank of 567. Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha kicks start door-to-door campaign ahead of June 23 assembly polls in the state. Manik Saha has filed his nomination as a BJP candidate for the by-elections from the Bardowali assembly seat. And now it's time for details. Nagaland Chief Secretary J. Alam on Monday stamped on the Rising People's Party demand for the abolishment of Principal Director School Education and called it as misplaced. Notably, after the poor performance of the government schools in the recently declared NBSC, HSLC and HSLC results, Rising People's Party screamed for the removal of the post of Principal Director School Education. When queried on the sidelines of an inaugural program on 5-day reorientation training on spring shed management in Kohima, the Chief Secretary said that lots of good things have happened in the education department and a small blip where the results have come down should not have been the reason for abolishing the post of PD. The Chief Secretary further stated that the government is analyzing the reasons on the declining of results and that corrective actions would be taken. On being queried on the Meluri Road projects where an alleged rupees 65 crore has been fraudulently withdrawn without completion of work, he responded that the department is looking into it. Western Simi Totemi Hoho on Tuesday celebrated its Foundation Day program at Simi Cultural Center, Vihoku Village. This celebration of Foundation Day has been a kickstart program for the upcoming Silver Jubilee of the WSTH, wherein all units of the village took part in the program. The program was also attended by MLA Ajeto Jimomi, Power Department Advisor H. Tovihoto Ayami, Tourism, Arts and Culture Advisor H. Kihovi and several other dignitaries. Apparently next year on June 7, WSTH is set to celebrate its 25th Silver Jubilee and its Foundation Day celebration set the process in motion in light of the Foundation Day. The WSTH also observed a plantation drive in and around their area wherein the Forest Department donated around 200 saplings.
Vishali S. Yaptomi, aru moi WSTH la president ase, aru ami khan aji to celebrate kuratu. We are also trying to commemorate with the World Environment Day, as well as today's program is not only about plantation drive, but it is also a day of celebration for the Western Simi Totem Hoho. And Western Simi Totem Hoho to lido 2023 7th June te amikan 25 years punchule ase to itu laga kick off program ase ajela to like we are hoping and then we are very optimistic that this kind of noble deeds will motivate and then inspire many, as we have always been inspired by such deeds. So we hope that many such kind of activities will follow suit in the days to come. I think they donated around 200 saplings from the forest department, and we are thankful to that also. Yes, of course we are having a year-long program celebration, so we have some very good programs coming up, but right now we cannot deliberate on that. There are 13 members in the WSH. There are 15 units and then 9 areas. Ajila din tole tu WSH laga foundation day ase. Aje amikan 24 years complete hoye ase. Aro next year tu amikan 25th hobo to itu plantation drive to forthcoming silver jubilee laga kick off program ase. My name is Vishali S. Yapthomi. Aro moi
Dimapur police during a press conference spoke on the hit and run case which took place in Dimapur last month. Speaking about the case, the police stated that they are not casual about this case and that they are even going for scientific investigation. The Commissioner of Police stated that false news and speculation has created many confusion in this case. Dimapur police also stated that the only reason why the culprit is still not behind bars is due to lack of technology and CCTV footages. However, maintaining that they have inputs where they cannot disclose to the public. Police also notified that they have identified the car, but the number plate is not recognizable. Police further stated that they are facing challenges in the case since there are no direct eyewitness.
January till regarding that St. Joseph, yes, that was very unfortunate, and police also were trying our best and were giving our best. And there were so many speculation, and then there were so many theories. And somebody, they even posed the vehicle which was not involved also. That made a lot of confusion. Not that this police, we have some information, and we have identified the type of the vehicles. But the problem is nowadays we are not being able to recognize the number. As I said, there is no technology. Say we don't have this thing. If it is in other city, by now it must have been this thing. But
Commissioner of Police Dimapur, Rotihu Tetso, on Monday at a press conference stated that extortion cases in Dimapur have decreased this year. With 99 extortion cases last year, the extortion cases this year has come down to 38. The Dimapur police maintained that under the district action plan, the Dimapur police is putting extra enforcement to control extortion and illegal taxation. And since the implementation of district plan, extortion cases has come down and there was steady rise in extortion cases. Dimapur police, talking about the high cases of Nltv Act and NDPS registration, stated that the rise in case was due to the direction from the police headquarters Kohima to start a special drive against narcotics and counterbands. A total of 356 cases have been registered and 309 arrests have been made so far for this year.
Followed by extortion, followed by Arms Act, and followed by NDPS Act cases. The reasons for this variation is in year 2021, extortion, if you see, we had around 99 cases of extortion. We have launched district action plan. With the district action plan, there was specific drive against extortion, wherein initially we saw subsequent very steady rise in the extortion cases because there was high detection. However, because of our persistent and effort, the extortion cases over the period of time decreased, and that trend continued in year.
Nagaland TV on Tuesday went to visit an Indian Oil petrol pump in Riverbelt Touchen opposite road to Don Bosco Higher Secondary School, Dimapur, after getting a phone call from a customer informing on adulteration in the said location. While putting fuel in his bike, a test has been carried out where the water in the tank was mixed with fuel, creating a turmoil and suspicion. Petrol Pump Union Dimapur President Ningu Tole said that no means of adulteration was going on and that it is normal during the monsoon for water to enter the tanks and refuted any possibilities of adulteration, clarifying the turmoil created by the customer. The police are still doubtful and said that further tests will be carried out.
First and foremost thing, Amigan June Manubi media sob aru itu public pra janibo lage ekta tu Amigan petrol pump te hoy jodi tel bia hoise koi kine complain kurise gole tu idu every customer has right to come and complain. Number 2, petrol pumps te Amigan bi jani ase kitiaba kumba petrol pumps te kerosene mix hoise koi kine complain tu pai. Holibi pani tu hile tu pani aru petrol itu duita tu kitiabi namile itu bra itu petrol pumps te pani pai jaise go tu business purpose nimite business lab kabule nimite pani minabule laga tu kotha tu nai holibi amikhan kitiaba by mistakes iniga rainy season te kitiaba amikhan unloading time te kitiaba pani bi gari te ahi jai itu tanki gari khan pra bi ahi jai kitiaba amen la tanki leakage khan pra bi ahi jai aji pa hisab te tu gari te bi kitiaba itu moisture nimide amigan la gari te tanki te pani alop solop tu thaki.
7 Assam rifles stationed at Gaspani on Monday evening seized 68 kilograms of ganja from a truck in Zapsa area along 11 p.m. and arrested a person in this connection. Notably, the truck coming from Manipur bearing registration number MN017176 was caught by the 7 Assam rifles during their night duty. It is to be mentioned that the location where the ganja was seized is around 24 kilometers away from the state capital. As per official sources, the driver of the truck escaped while the handyman was caught and is under the Assam Rifle custody. According to the officials, after an FIR, the seized ganja and the handyman has been handed over to the Zapsa police station. While addressing the inaugural program of the 5-day reorientation training on spring shade management as the special guest, Nagaland Chief Secretary J. Alam stressed on the importance of water security more than food security. Notably, the Land Resources Department is organizing the 5-day reorientation training on spring shade management under watershed development component Prime Minister Krishi Sinchaye Yojana 2.0 in Kohima with scientist Mukherjee Patel and researcher Kunal Sharat Upajani, both from ACWADM Pune as the resource person. Meanwhile, J. Alam during his address cited that both 4,600 spring well waters in the state are in critical condition and around 1,115 spring waters are in need of urgent rejuvenation, while only 185 springs have been rejuvenated. Alam has also concerned that despite plentiful rain during the rainy season, water sources are dwindling and water ability is getting more accurate with each passing year. He also pointed out the need for a reality check on the Jal Jeevan mission. Moreover, Alam emphasized on the urgent need for rejuvenation and conservation of water resources and asserted that convergence of line departments is crucial to bring water security in the state. The Konyak Students' Union is set to conduct an inner line permit drive starting from June 15 within Mon district, upon which the union has directed immigrants to produce their National Register of Citizens, Aadhaar card and IPL during the time of checking. It may be noted that any defaulters found will be dealt strictly deemed fit as per the law. Meanwhile, the union mentioned that there is immense influx of illegal migrants in Mon due to the rampant issuance of IPL without proper verification, for which the union further urged the concerned authority to issue ILP only after proper verification. A felicitation program for engineer Viku L. Achami was held at Muluki Mehuletsa Colony, Kohima under Shena Ol Tukalomi Kakakulu for successfully securing All India rank of 567 at UPSC exam 2022. Notably, Achumi is the first person from Shena Old village who successfully cracked the UPSC exam. Furthermore, Achumi, while addressing the gathering, shared his experience and preparation to crack the UPSC examination. He stressed on the importance of hard work and sincerity in pursuit of one's dream and to keep God first in every step of life. He attributed his success to the answered prayers of many devoted people and thanked his parents for their sacrifices and support. It may be mentioned that the program was organized by Shena Old Union Kohima and was hosted by Dr. Tohihoto Sema and engineer Kahuli Sema. Considering the important position that Nagaland holds in the development of the Northeast region, the Northeast Frontier Railway has selected Dimapur Station for redevelopment and is making efforts to complete the new railway line from Dimapur to Kohima by March in 2026, it is to be. Notably, the Chief Public Relations Officer of NFR, Sabyasachi DE, in a press release informed that the new broad gauge railway line from Dimapur to Kohima are going on in full swing, and with the central government is planning to connect capitals of northeastern states by broad gauge rail line. DE also informed that the NFR is executing the 82.50 kilometer long railway project from Dimapur to Zutza at an anticipated cost of rupees 6,648 crore. It includes 8 new stations, 2 major bridges, 165 minor bridges, 35 roads over bridges and 31 kilometers of tunnel work. According to the release, the Dimapur station shall be redesigned for modern state-of-art facilities, modern passenger amenities and enhanced passenger interface. The Nagaland Assembly Secretariat Staff Association along with the Joint Action Committee held a meeting on Tuesday and decided to further continue the ongoing agitation for 3 more days over its resentment over the appointment of Dr. P.J. Anthony to the post of Principal Secretary. NLS, the decision was met as competent authority turned a deaf ear to the representations of the NSSA submitted earlier. The association said that they will continue to fight till the appointed retired officer in Nagaland Legislative Assembly Secretariat has been revoked. The NSSA and JAC will continue its agitation with effect from 8th to 10th June, and the manner of agitation will remain the same: pen down strike and wearing black badges during the mentioned dates. The Noklak police on Tuesday arrested a person at Noklak and registered a case under Section 44 Clause A and Clause E under Nltv Act. Notably, the police seized 90 bottles of illegal alcohol, while the alleged accused was forwarded to JMFSC to Ensang for further legal procedures. A A Mahila Sabha was conducted for the first time at Longmatra village of Kifre district on Monday to discuss, share and find a solution of the basic issues faced by the village dwellers, especially women. Notably, a session of legal rights of women and a session on livelihood development and financial independence was conducted during the Sabha. It is to be mentioned that some other important agendas such as disparity between men and women in social, political and economic decision-making process, health-related issues, child marriage and related issues were also discussed. It may also be mentioned that all the women from the village and council members, head Gaunburas and other officials from the village participated in the program. A basic firefighting training is all set to be held on Kifre on 20th and 21st June 2022 at the local ground Kifre headquarters by the Nagaland Fire and Emergency Services. Notably, the Deputy Commissioner of Kifre, Wati Ayo, has informed through a circular that on the first day, one session will be given to all the state and central government departments, including hospitals and banks, while session 2 will be carried out for the schools, colleges, universities, institutions, private hospitals and nursing homes. Meanwhile, the circular also stated that the Day 2 session will be conducted for shopping malls, markets, hotels, churches and high-rise building, including residential building. It also mentioned that the ward or colony, villages and stakeholders will also be covered in session 2 on the second day of the program. Furthermore, the DC further mentioned that all the stakeholders must attend the training program without fail. The 3 newly constructed prefabricated hospital units at CHC Aboy was inaugurated on Monday by the Deputy Commissioner of Mon, Tavaselan K. Notably, the unit has been sponsored by the American Indian Foundation and implemented by Modelless Housing through the initiative of District Administration Mon. Furthermore, the DC, while addressing the gathering, highlighted the various initiatives and achievements in strengthening the health care system under Mon district, while he also thanked all the civil societies, churches and organizations for extending full support in implementing the programs successfully. Meanwhile, free mask distribution was also carried out to all the wards and villages which were funded by the Act grants. The Deputy Commissioner of Noklak, Hiazu Meru, on Monday inaugurated a water ATM at the KSU office building in Noklak. While speaking on the occasion, Meru said that the facilities of reverse osmosis would help the public of Noklak to get clean and healthy drinking water. He further announced that the facility can help in addressing the issue of water quality if there is any. Meanwhile, he encouraged the public to avail clean drinking water from the facility. Matri Foundation on Monday extended greetings to Nitogunolo Rio Achumi for achieving unparalleled feat in national bodybuilding and physique championships. The foundation expressed a desire to build on this success and ensure greater participation with a token of love and appreciation. Notably, Nitonguno represented Nagaland in Women's Bikini Open category at National Physique Committee Bengal Championship 2022 and secured bronze medal. It may be mentioned that Nitonguno Rio Achumi is a mother of 2, a certified fitness trainer, nutritional expert and proprietor of Elite Strength Gym Dimapur. It may also be mentioned that her list of accomplishments include winning gold at WABBA Miss Northeast India 2018, top 10 finalist in Amateur Mrs. Olympia India 2018, bronze medal in the NPC Bengal Championship 2022.
Okay, I want to say thank you so much, Madhuri Foundation, for coming and felicitating me on my small achievement. And I'm so proud of what you all are doing for our society, for the women in our society. I hope, whoever is watching this, especially women and young women or old women, whoever is watching this, I hope this will motivate you and that whatever your dream or goal is, don't let anyone limit you, saying you're too old or you're too young for this or you're too old for that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, Madhuri Foundation, for coming. Thank you.
A total of 21 Naga wrestlers were felicitated on Monday by the Nagaland Wrestling Association at Nagaland Olympic Association Complex. Notably, the wrestlers included both boys and girls who won gold, silver and bronze in 2 different wrestling categories during their participation at the All India Traditional Wrestling and Prankation Federation First Federation Cup held from 12 to 15th May 2022 at Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Furthermore, speaking at the occasion, Secretary General of Nagaland Olympic Association, Abu Mehta, said that wrestling is a celebration of Naga's tradition, started by the forefathers and was played even to settle disputes. Meanwhile, congratulating the 21 medalists and the team for earning the 3rd position in the Nagaland team, Mehta stressed that wrestling sport is deeply rooted among the Naga society, culture and the guardian of legacy of the Nagas. So one must always preserve it.
Wrestling is a traditional sport for a huge amount of Naga community. Our forefathers have wrestled since times immemorial. Wrestling brought our people together closer. Wrestling united different communities, villages, tribes. Wrestling celebrated the Naga way of life. Bal pa khushi paarne bhi kusti kiye. Jagara misunderstanding hone bhi kusti kiye. Kidawa misunderstanding hole kusti hori aru kun parise aru tadebara chale. In every even me as a young kid, when we used to go to our village, native village, I used to wrestle with my friends, with my cousins, with my Borbanu, Kusti. Town level, Kusti kilule chance na pai. Only being a sports person, Kusti kite jai. Nijor sati gan, pokai gan ho Kusti kilire. Kusti gan, aman kibe hasai lage. Ito town ra gan Kusti kilule hasai. Heng ra charat. So I used to also wrestle as a hobby, as a recreation, apart from being a proper sports person in other fields. So this wrestling sport is deeply rooted in Naga society, Naga culture, Naga heritage, Naga way of life. It is a part of our tradition.
Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha on Tuesday held a door-to-door campaign ahead of assembly by polls in the state. Notably on Monday, Manik Saha filed his nomination as a BJP candidate for the by-election in Tripura from the town Bardowali assembly seat. It may be mentioned that during the campaign, Saha, while addressing the media, said that the response is really up to the mark and that it is something that he never thought about. The Board of Secondary Education Assam on Tuesday declared the Class 10 High School Leaving Certificate exam results for the 2022 board exams. Notably, the overall pass percentage in HSLC 2022 exam is 96.49%, with 58.80% boys qualifying and 54.49% girls. A total of 4,05,582 students appeared in this year's examination, of which 2,29,131 students passed. It is to be mentioned that Raktopal Saika of St. Mary's High School from Lakhimpur topped the HSLC examination by scoring 597 out of 600 marks. Meanwhile, scoring a total of 596 marks, Buyashi Mede of Little Flower School, Nalbari has been placed in the second position, while there were three others, namely Ridu Bawan Kalita of Don Bosco Higher Secondary School, Keroni Labi Muzib of Don Bosco Higher Secondary School from Borai Mat, and Partha Pratim Das of Lohit Dikrong HS School, Dipurap Riai, who secured the third position with 595 marks out of 600. The Kanpur police has released a picture of 40 men after scrounging through hours of CCTV and video footage in connections with the clashes and stone pelting reported from the city last Friday. The police suspected these men to have played an active role in the Friday violence that injured several people. Meanwhile, the police, after releasing a grid of 40 alleged rioters, have announced that the identities of police who share any information will be protected. Notably, the police have been unedited with police calls since the photos were made public and arrested two brothers. Uttar Pradesh police have decided to put up broad hoardings of the key suspects of the violence at prominent places in and around the affected areas. The hoardings have contact numbers of station house officers and senior police officials for people to pass on information about the suspects. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Tuesday met the family of the late singer and Congress leader Sidhu Musewala at their residence in Musa village in Punjab's Mansa district to offer condolences. Notably, the leader was accompanied by several leaders, including Punjab Congress Chief Amarinder Singh, Raja Waring, leader of opposition in the Punjab Assembly Partap Singh Bachwa. It is to be mentioned that Sidhu Musewala was shot dead by unidentified assailants in Jawaharke village on Punjab's Mansa district on May 29th. The incident took place a day after his security was withdrawn by the Punjab police among 424 others. Congress leader Navjot Singh Sidhu, who remained in jail in connection with a road rage case, was admitted to the Prigmer Hospital in Chandigarh on Monday. According to the medical facility, the politician is now in stable condition. According to reports, Sidhu was admitted to the hospital as he was experiencing liver-related problems. He was transferred from the prison in Patiala to the Prigmer Hospital on Monday afternoon after undergoing several medical tests. Notably, he underwent a medical examination at the Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research's Hepatology Department in the morning. Meanwhile, in the afternoon, Sidhu was admitted to the Prigmer, where he had brought under heavy security from the Patiala prison. It is to be mentioned that in the evening, Prigmer issued a statement saying Sidhu has been kept under observation and is stable. As severe heat wave continued to hit Delhi and other nearby areas, India Meteorological Department on Monday issued orange alert to Delhi. Notably, the heat wave would be prevalent in Haryana, Punjab, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and parts of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, with temperature varying between 44 to 47 degrees for 4 more days. upon which the IMD advised people to venture out carefully as heat spells are very severe. Meanwhile, heavy rainfall is expected in northeastern parts, for which Assam, Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh have been issued warning. Delhi Chief Minister and AAP Chief Arvind Kejriwal on Monday visited Gujarat and held roadshow in Mehsana district. Kejriwal, while addressing the people, hit out at BJP and termed AAP as the only antidote for the BJP. Kejriwal further added that he has constructed schools, hospitals, gave free electricity and water, and that the BJP are the real thieves. On the sidelines, AAP is hoping to spread its wings in Gujarat after its thumping victory in Punjab. Furthermore, Gujarat is slated to go to assembly polls later this year. Two Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists have been neutralized by security forces during an encounter at the Chataras Kandi area of Jammu and Kashmir's Kurpawara on Tuesday. Inspector General of Police, Kashmir, Vijaya Kumar stated that out of the two terrorists, one was from Pakistan and has been identified by the court name Tufai, whereas the second terrorist killed has been identified as Istiaq Lone from trial. The IGP further added by saying that two AK-56 rifles were found from the killed terrorists. Meanwhile, the encounter has begun in the Chataras Kandi area of Jammu and Kashmir's Kurpawara district on Tuesday morning. Viewers, that's all we have for now. You are watching English Primetime News with Nltv.